Hello everyone, in this video we will be exploring the user interface of Blender, a 3D program that has more applications than just 3D modeling. While exploring Blender's UI, we will also be learning about tools that will help us navigate through the 3D viewport, learn how to bring shapes into the 3D viewport, and also learn the basic modeling tools that will help us manipulate our shapes. With all that being said, let's get started. When opening Blender, you will see a little pop-up window in the middle of the screen. This contains projects that you can create, your most recent projects, and also a folder that allows you to look for the personal projects you have and have worked on. Blender has several different windows. The ones we shall be focusing on are the 3D viewport, the properties windows, the outliner, and the workspace tabs. The 3D viewport is not only the window you will be in the most, but also contain the most tools that you will use to create your own models. The options available are the 3D crosshairs indicate the direction of the axis and also the ability to rotate the 3D viewport. The zoom button, which allows you to move your view in and out. The panning button, which allows you to move your viewport up, down, left, and right. The selection tool, which allows you to select items in your viewport. The 3D cursor determines where your shapes will be brought into. The Move tool, which allows you to move the shape in the X, Y, and Z axis, including everything in between. The Rotate tool, which allows us to rotate in the X, Y, Z axis and also in our view axis. The Scaling tool, which allows you to scale in the X, Y, Z axis, including everything in between. And finally, the Transform tool, which gives you access to the previous three tools. Some of the tools can be accessed using keyboard and mouse. They are called keyboard shortcuts. For the crosshairs, you hold down the middle mouse button. For the zoom, you hold down Control and the middle mouse button. For panning, you hold down Shift and the middle mouse button. For selecting, you can use the W key. For the 3D cursor, you can use the Shift and right mouse button. For move, you press the G key, and while in the tool, you can middle mouse and make the shapes move in one axis. If you don't want to move it at all, you can click on the escape key. For rotate, you can press the R key, and while in the tool, you can middle mouse button and make the shape rotate in one axis. If you don't want to rotate it after all, you can click on the escape key. For scaling, you can press the S key, and while in the tool, you can middle mouse button and make the shape scale in one axis. If you don't want to rotate it after all, you can click on the escape key. For the transform button, hold down Shift and space and then press the T key. This grants you access to the previous tools. There are 5 views available when working in the viewport that can be changed in the top right of the viewport. The X-ray view, which allows you to see all the faces of your shape. You can also toggle this by holding Alt and Z. The wireframe view, which only allows you to see the edges of the shape. The solid view, which allows you to see the faces of the shape. The material mode, which allows you to see the color of the shape. The rendering view, which shows you how your shape looks like with the color and lighting. The last thing we will discuss on the 3D viewport are the menu tabs. In the Select tab, we have the Select All, which is accessed by pressing A, and the None, which is accessed by pressing Alt and A. The Add tab, which has a list of things that you're able to add to the viewport. In order to access this a lot faster, you have to hold down Shift and press A. The last tab is the Object tab. This tab contains options like the Duplicate button, which is accessed by pressing Shift D, and the Delete button, which is accessed by pressing on X and then pressing D. Alright, due to Blender's size, we were only able to cover the 3D viewport window in this video. In between this video and the next, explore the options available to you in the viewport tabs. For the next video, we will be exploring the remaining windows that make up Blender's user interface. Until next time.